Hello people and welcome back to ZackDenTV's World of Tanks tutorials. Today's episode will be around the tank destroyers. Tank destroyers are actually the second best alpha damage dealers in the game after the artillery. And one thing to notice about tank destroyer, for the most part, is that it's basically a gun mounted on tracks, meaning that you have to turn the entire tank for the gun to aim at people. So you can't turn anything turret-like. You have to turn the entire tank, and that's why they're extremely vulnerable to flanking maneuvers, as especially for the higher tier ones, which have a very relatively poor traverse speed. So you want to be as aware as possible about your surroundings, or if you may choose to do so, trust your teammates to cover your flanks. Okay, so here we go into this game. I chose a Jack Panzer E100, which is a tier 10 German tank destroyer, which has a nasty punch. As you can see here, the average damage of that tank is around 1050 damage, which can be a little higher or lower depending on your damage rolls. Yeah, so basically what you want to do about, in the tank destroyer, what you want to do is not being spotted. You're gonna get spotted sooner or later, but you want to remain as concealed as possible before you actually take a shot. So you don't draw as too much attention for the enemy tanks. And there you go. So there's the first target, which is, I think, an enemy. What was that? Ferdinand? Yeah, that was a Ferdinand. As you can see, that hit was massive, close to 1200 damage in one volley. So which pretty much Ferdinand gone in one shot. So it's pretty badass. And now he's getting into a flanking position to nail that IS-7, likely. There you go, another 1000 damage hit. Yeah, he's being he's trying to stay as safe as possible, not to take fire from flanking angles. Oh, that was a lucky shot. That was a really lucky shot there. It was not even the time to aim. Didn't take any time. So now I can actually move forward, because there is actually nothing left on the far left side. So we can move in and try to nail that IS-7, which is staying right there. That was kind of a risky maneuver here, because he could have gotten tracked. And that was another kind of a lucky shot. But anyway, it works. So he's pushing even forward through the town, trying to get some more flanking angles, especially on that kind of heavy hitters, which is the E100, which is probably gonna take him out. And there you go. So yeah, it's more like a flanking heavy hitter type of tank. You really don't wanna run into one of those, especially when you're heavy or even mediums or any kind of tanks. You really don't want to run into such things. On the front, you really don't want to run to that kind of meaty, heavy, and especially this one, which is actually quite fairly well armored, as you can see. It has 200 centimeters of front armor, which is pretty solid, also given the slope on the front plate. So yeah, then the game's gone. So yeah, yes. Sorry, he has free reign over whatever comes into his sights. Oh, that was an unlucky bounce here from that T26E4. That T26E4, which is also known as Super Pershing, is actually very troll. That spaced armor he has on the turret can be very troll. So even with the badass penetration that E100, that Jack Penzer E100 has, he can get bounced. I mean, he has... How much penetration do you have, sir? You're not gonna show me, are you? No, he's not gonna. I mean, you can check it right there. And he has close to 300 penetration, which is very unlikely to bounce unless you're getting your shell into some spaced armor or a very unlucky angle. So that's just as the T20, and there you go. Game is gone. So yeah, that's pretty much what you want to do with a tank destroyer. Assume flanking position or remain concealed as much as you can before you take a shot, and not getting nailed by artillery. A little word about the map. The map is Westfield, so you have kind of I would say 4 ways to get through. I mean, as you may have noticed, you have actually 2 spawns on this map, which is around here, and the other one is about next to the flag. So for the upper spawn, you can go from there. There's a little spot here when you can actually defend quite properly, and then move up to that that spot where the Ferdinand was, and then all the way down back to the enemy base. Second choice would be in the city, which is kind of a better choice, especially if there's a lot of enemy artillery, so you can actually get this decent cover from the buildings. And then when you're done with that front, you can push up and provide covering fire from the elevated ground, as you can see that Jack Panzer is. For the bottom spawn, you can actually it's actually pretty much the same. You have a long way around here, which is pretty good for scouts or mediums, which they can go through without a really big chance of being spotted, unless they go YOLO in the open, especially from this limit. You can actually get spotted really quickly. And the other choice is, of course, through that city-ish area. But you want to be aware of that this particular spot here, which is a spot of choice for enemy spotters, be it mediums or light scouts, because they can actually spot everything. I mean, almost everything from... Let me redo that. That spot here for the scouts, you can actually spot everything for like this entire area. So you might not want to push too hard, especially if you have the Sixth Sense skill. You don't want to push too hard and get nailed by the arty, or be it tank destroyer being in the same spot here. So yeah, it says once you're done with the city, if you don't see anything dangerous, you can push or assume sniping position. I mean, sniping, that's not really sniping, but you can actually spot things through that bridge, which has pretty decent, that can provide decent coverage from incoming fire from the enemy base. through the pillars, so you can actually try to spot enemy artillery if they don't stand behind the buildings over here. You can actually try to spot them. So there you go. That was all for the Tank Destroyers episode. So last tank type episode is going to be about the artillery, which is the best alpha damage dealer in the game. For the most part. But yeah, that's going to be the last tank type episode. After that, I'm going to try to do some tips and tricks episodes. Maybe go over the very basics of the game, like getting to cover, the spotting system. Maybe I'm not sure about that yet. Aiming and shooting distant targets, moving targets, and all that. So thanks for watching this episode, guys. I'll be seeing you in next episode. And as always, please hit that follow button here on YouTube. You can also follow on Twitter at ZackDenTV, and you can also follow me on twitch.tv/ZackDenTV as well. I'm not streaming as of right now, but I may start streaming again based on what the goal of this channel is, which is getting replays from you guys and trying to provide live analysis and commentary online. So yeah, there you go. So I'm going to shut this down for now, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next episode. Have fun, and have fun. Yeah, I'm out of words, literally. So yeah, see you next time.